Boom. Oh. There we go. Greetings, adventurers of the realm. I'm Jakin. I'm awkward. It's Wednesday. I'm tired. Welcome back to another monster conversion stream where we are going to convert 5th edition monsters that you submit in the Discord, !Discord in the chat, to DC20. Which, just as a little flex, let's see, will the digital Pinkertons come? If I hold it up long enough, will they make me blur the stream? Oh, what is this noise? What is this alert? New subscriber, Mark, thank you. Yes. Thank you for the subscription, Mark. Hope you're doing well. And looks like we also had a follow from Bad Gal Beach. Thank you for the follow. MTJ, new subscriber. Thank you for doing that. You didn't have to do that. That's very, very sweet of you. We got Vien in the chat. Hey, howdy. David R225, knock knock, open up the door, it's real. I think I messed that up, but howdy. Hope you're doing well. I need to untangle these badly. How are y'all doing? How's your week been? Did any of you get the chance to go to Gen Con? I want to go back to Gen Con. I miss it. I just miss playing the games with everyone. All the games. Daggerheart, Morkborg. I didn't get to try Tales of the Valiant though, but apparently Tales of the Valiant is really great. There's some people that I love. They're called the Pocket Dimension. They're on YouTube. They have a Discord channel as well, and they had a chance to play Tales of the Valiant at Gen Con. And last year they did not have a great time playing it. This year they did. So now I'm thinking, maybe I need to read the rulebook again? I wasn't super impressed when I read it, because it literally just feels like the same things added to the new player's handbook. But reading it is very different than playing it. So who knows? I'm very excited for their stream on Friday, where they're going to be talking about their Tales of the Valiant experience and how they feel like it compares to other RPG systems. Yeah, I just watched the Pocket Dimensions thumbnail. Yeah, I saw that in my feed today and I was like, I'm ready. I'm super ready for that. I think I'm gonna have to catch the VOD of it, because I'll be in the office Friday with the boss. One-shot questas. All right. I think I've yapped enough. We're already slightly delayed because of technical issues. I was using a new multi-streamer thing in OBS, and it was going live to Twitch over and over again. It just was not loving YouTube. So if there are Twitch people, I'm so sorry for spamming it to go live over and over again. YouTube was being stubborn. All right, let's get into this. Oh, well, let's fix this real quick. There we go. Okay, dokie. So, if you're new to these streams, here's how these normally go. I kind of give a little up-to-date on the stat block that I'm using. This is not an official DC20 stat block. We know what those look like. These were a template made by Mortal and Jado, which if you want to go to Mortal or Jado's site, !Mortal in the chat, and it'll take you to this website. Mortal is a really great contributor to the DC20 community. At a time where no monsters were in the game to play with, Mortal stepped in and said, here's what I think monsters would look like. And over time, has gotten to work with the dungeon coach on DC20. So I say Mortal's pretty credible. Mortal has a list of monsters already made, items, classes, ancestry, spells, adventures, and a whole creation guide in the back of the book where they walk you through the process. Oh, it's been updated. Oh, they updated the document. Updated as of August 2024 with the DC20 beta 0.8. Okay, so now here's how this stream is really going to go. I'm going to read over this so that any monster I make moving forward can be current and up to date, because I've just kind of been winging it. This is very exciting. I'm super pumped for this. So yeah, let's just dive into it, and then once I get a firm understanding of any changes that were made to this document, we'll start creating a Displacer Beast for DC20 as requested by Super Bandit Gamer. Again, if you want to submit a monster to see converted live on stream, ! Discord in the chat, join the Discord server, and you'll see the channel to submit your monster. Okay, so we have a stat block. So we have two of them. We have a monster, what looks to be like a regular one, and then we have a super simple monster. Interesting. The below values are the average of a monster of that level up to 10. Monster and player levels are designed to be roughly equal. So a level 1 monster is a medium to deadly, see HP columns, difficulty encounter for a single level 1 player. Level 0 is one step weaker than a level 1, with null level monsters being the very low threat level monsters, basically minions. What is a Displacer? Oh yeah, let me show off what this creature looks like. Displacer Beast 5e. If you saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie, they're in the movie. They're awesome. It's basically like a panther with tentacles. They're super cool. They're super cool. Very popular monster to throw at players. Let's pull up a stat block. Oh my god, there's so many pop-ups. Displacer Beast. I don't think I'm logged in, so I don't know if it'll let me pull up the stat block, so we might have to go a little third party with it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Displacer Beast 5e stat block. 5e tools. There we go. This is the Displacer Beast. So many ads on this website. Armor class of 13, 85 hit points, it's a challenge rating of 3, has avoidance. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails. And then it has displacement. The Displacer Beast projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location, causing attack rolls against it to have a disadvantage. If it is hit by an attack, this trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn. The trait is also disrupted while the Displacer Beast is incapacitated. They're super cool. They're super cool. It's got multi-attack, which in a DC20 stat block is going to be irrelevant because everyone has multiple attacks or actions. It's got the tentacles, plus 6 to hit, 7 or 1d6 plus 4 damage, plus 3 or 1d6 piercing damage. Its environment is the forest, and it is from the monster manual. And then there's a little bit of lore. So that's what we're going to be converting to DC20. And if there's time, we'll try another monster. If there's time. Lately, the monsters we've been working on have been really big, like later level monsters. So we've only been able to do one the past few streams. We did a Storm Giant, and then we did a Dracolich in the last one. There is a dual wielding mechanic that can be used for multi-attack. In DC20? Or in D&D? I think there is a dual wielding thing in DC20. I know there's possibly some subclasses coming up, which those are exciting. See, player experience. A medium monster is a decent challenge for a new mid-level player who hasn't got a full grasp of what their character can do yet. Hard monsters are close in power to player characters piloted by players who have experience with the system. A full party of hard monsters will likely be defeatable, but 1 to 2 characters may die in the encounter. Yes. Yes, okay. Alright, so now we have these, which is null. Wait, does it go higher? So we got health points. Medium, hard, deadly. Damage, medium, hard, deadly. Physical, mental defense. We have levels 0 through 5. Do we have level... It says to level 10. Do they have up to level 10? I don't see level 10. Retro. That's interesting, though, that level 5 is at 36. You can check dual wielding in DC20. It always creature/player to attack twice without the multi-attack penalty. Oh. I don't have any players that use dual wielding, so I never get to see that in action. I did dual wielding when I first playtested the game last year at Gen Con. I was a dual wielding ranger. A base damage of 1.5 means that the monster has a base damage of 1, but with a damage feature, like impact or pack tactics, etc. It could also be conditional additional damage. Generally, you can round down for ranged attacks and round up for melee attacks if they have no other effects, as movement requires action points to get into melee. For example, the skeleton in the official monster set released with 0.8 has a 1 damage ranged attack and a 2 damage melee attack, meaning its base damage is on average 1.5. Okay. Upscaling monsters. The easiest to upscale a monster is to increase its HP or increase its base damage by 1 level. Example, a hard level 1 monster could have 14 to 15 HP, or could do 2 base damage instead, but still maintain its 9 to 11 standard HP. Other methods of changing difficulty would be additional features, action points, weaknesses, and etc. Okay. Encounter design. First consideration for encounter making is the difficulty of the encounter you want to run. So we have easy, medium, hard, and deadly. We've seen those in the past, so doesn't look like anything's changed there. Encounter HP. This was a wacky thing to calculate last time. The encounter HP is the total amount of health the monster have. That could be evenly split or focused in 1 to 2 big monsters with many small minions. Encounter HP. The number of players times the average HP of a monster at that level for the difficulty of the encounter you are running. For example, a hard level 1 encounter for 4 players, 15 times 4 equals 60 HP total. So number of players times the average HP of the monster. So if you scroll back up, level 1, if it's a hard, so yeah, 15. Okay. Hard level 1 for the monsters. Okay, it's making sense so far. Medium level 2 encounter, 3 players. 12 times 3 equals 36 HP total. Another method of encounter scaling for difficulty is running the HP 1 level lower. For example, an easy level 1 fight might use the medium HP numbers in the level half section. So an easy level 1 encounter for 4 players, 6 times 4 equals 24. In the level half section? I'm not sure I know what that means. Level 1 fight might use the medium HP numbers in the level half section. So null. So 4. 4 players, 6. Am I missing? Oh, the half section I'm guessing is 0? Okay. Okay. Action economy. Action economy drastically affects the difficulty of an encounter. To account for this, sum the AP present in the party, 4 per player, and divide that number by the AP of the monsters to get an AP ratio. Then multiply the encounter HP by the ratio to get how much HP the monster should have. For example, if the party outnumbers the monsters by 2, then for that encounter to maintain its difficulty, the monsters would need double the HP. That makes sense. Elite monsters. Oh man, all the odds are coming in now. These are monsters that are memorable and, in the case of a legendary monster, cinematic moment that really stand out in a session of campaign. You can use the following to modify any stat block into a greater or legendary monster. Greater monster gets +1 AP, 5 times the HP. Consider adding a feature, an action unique to the monster. You can add a layer or apex actions to make a greater monster into a mini boss with minions. Legendary monsters, powerful monsters that stand on their own, they act twice per round. Use the encounter HP, 1 extra feature. Oh my god. Yeah, I like this. And it goes over legendary action points. That's extremely helpful. That's super helpful. We didn't super get that last time. Oh, there we go. Okay. Consider giving the monster Death's Door feature. Ooh. Converting monsters from 5th edition. That's us. Looks like they're using the Scarecrow as an example again. The monster of choice for this demo is the CR1 Scarecrow. The stats can be treated as 1-to-1, so +0 for might, +1 for agility, +1 for charisma, +0 for intelligence. Note, wisdom and intelligence in 5e are composited here. Use a bit of judgment. We're going to create a level 1 Scarecrow, so referring to the table. So we have level 1 with a check of 4 action points, 10 health points, the 1.5 damage, so it can go up or down depending on if it's range or melee, 12 physical defense, and a 9 for mystical defense. Generally at level 1 to 2, AC in 5e is about 1 point higher than DC20. So this Scarecrow would be a low PD monster. Looking at the resistances and the vulnerability, slightly below average HP fits well. Mental stats are average, so MD is remaining at 9. We also have a look at the senses, languages, as well as any save skills, etc. Attacks use the base damage for the monster level. In this case, 1.5 base damage. Conditions are a tad different in DC20. Intimidated or rattled is a better fit for the claw, with the glare using the much stronger frightened condition. Due to how powerful the frightened condition is, the Scarecrow's base damage comes down to 1. Okay. And then they give an example of what the stat block looks like, which looks pretty good. And it's a defender. I would love to see a list of those, like defenders, berserkers, making 2 monsters. I hope. Apparently Mortal and Jado updated the document, so you ever yawn so hard you get a little tear? So I'm going over it to see what kind of changes there are, see if they help, see if they make the process simpler, which, yes, it does make the process a little simpler. This gives us the archetypal level 1 monster, a threat to a first level player with its own strengths and weaknesses, slightly lower damage than standard, but with a very powerful glare attack. Yeah? Something to avoid is using 5e-like conventions like multi-attack. Monsters can spend action points on advantage and are affected by the multi-check penalty. They can also use general actions like grapple, help, etc. A monster should be doing 2 to 3 things per turn to maintain combat pacing. Next is creating the stronger versions of the same monster to make classic Halloween-themed boss fight. First, we can create some optional features for the stronger scarecrows to use. So we have the reaction tab. So 0 points, 0 action points, essence transfer. I need to check out the document. You sure? Yeah, absolutely. Exclamation point Mortal in the chat, and it should take you to Mortal's Notion site, which in the creation section will have this updated document. Apex action, start of the round. Okay. Now that we have a framework to use, we can make an encounter using these monsters. So we have encounter designer, a cursed barn, a medium level 1 encounter, so 4 level 1 players, 1 great scarecrow, so 5 action points and 17 HP, 3 scarecrows. Hard version for a full boss fight, add apex actions and essence transfer to greater scarecrow. Adding the apex actions effectively increases the difficulty level of the fight by 1 tier. Upscaling, if you are running this for a level 2 party, add a 4th scarecrow. Yeah, all of my people are level 2. Hello, Deskrom 683. I hope I said that right. But howdy, hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. We're about to make a Displacer beast in DC20. Mortal, Jado. These levels, they only go to level 5 on this little table you made. What's the deal with that? Of a monster of that level up to level 10. Dang. Well, I will have to do some math later to try to figure out what the damage increase is for these levels. It looks like everything goes up half a point in the damage category per level. And then it looks like if it follows the same pattern, starting with level 1, it's 2 levels. Oh, interesting. It goes up. So it's at 12, then it goes 13, then it goes 15. So every 5 levels, maybe it goes up again? I don't know. We might just have to do level creatures for now, or spend the time to figure out this math. But let's get on to the Displacer beast. So the first thing I'm going to do is scroll down to over here, and we're going to copy this simple stat block. We're going to add one, and we're going to name this one, rename Displacer beast, and then Control V. Sweet. All right, let's get started. So now we got Displacer beast. Did I spell that right? Yes, okay. Level. Whoa, I got ads. Challenge level of 3, so it's just going to be level 3. Size, type, and rank. It is a large monstrosity. So we got large monstrosity. I was gonna say beast for the rank, but. And then initiative. Initiative was something I added to the stat blocks for my own benefit, because. So I know in DC20 you can kind of throw the monster in where it fits between the players. I don't like it, and then my players don't like it. It feels weird. I much prefer either there is initiative or there's not initiative. I don't like the in-between at all. Like Daggerheart, super fun. It doesn't have initiative. It's just very kind of free-flowing. MCDM, or I guess now it's Draw Steel. I guess that's the name I learned today. You alternate like you would in DC20, so good guys, bad guys, good guys, bad guys. But when it gets to the good guys, they get to nominate who goes, which I really like that system a lot. And then there's just basic initiative, where you just roll and you go when it's your number turn. I like that a lot too. I don't like trying to do initiative or freeform initiative and trying to combine it. Doesn't really work for me. Might work for other people. Doesn't work for me. I don't know what to make the initiative yet, so I'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and look at our stats. We need might, agility, charisma, and intelligence. So we have a 4, 2, -1, -1. That sounds pretty right. So we have 4, 2, -1, -1. I'm cool with that. Health. All right, we're going to consult the table. This is a level 3 monster. And we have 3 options. We got 14, 21, and 28. Let's see, the Displacer Beast is 85. And they have, what, 1/4 the health in... I think it's supposed to be 1/4 the health in DC20. Monster speeds, health, increasing monster's health makes it more durable. Determining defense, health, and damage reduction. See, if a PC scores 2 normal hits and 2 heavy hits against a monster across 3 rounds of combat, they would deal 10 damage. Accordingly, a level 1 monster should have 10 damage. Well, yes. I thought there was a section about, like, monsters have, like, a 4th. I keep thinking it's a 4th, so I'm going to go with a 4th. So, let's see, a 4th of that, 80, okay. 24 seems okay. Yeah, that's dead. Oh wait, no, that's 28. Let's go 21. 21 for the Displacer Beast. So we got level 3. So that means we're gonna be doing, we said hard, so 3 damage. And a 13 and a 10 for our physical and mystical defense. So we got 13 plus 5 is 18, 23, 0, 10, 15, 20, 0. I think so far it's looking good. I like it. I like it so far. Okay. Senses. What do we got for senses? Dark vision, 60 feet. Passive perception, 11. All right, so we have dark vision, 12. So we have dark vision, 12 spaces. And then we have a passive awareness. Let's see, that would be 8 plus, how much would you have at that level again? I need that character creation table. There it is. Attribute cap. So it's level 3. Okay, so it'd still be 3. So 8, 9, 10. 9, 10, 11. Okay. Actually, that works out. It can just be the same as it is in D&D. So dark vision, 12 spaces. Passive awareness, 11. Cool. Features. Feature 1 and feature 2. Let's go over to our features. We have avoidance. We're just going to copy it over for now and then see if we need to workshop it. It's very possible we will. Control V. Whoa. What just happened? What? Control Z. That was weird. Am I gonna have to type this? I don't think so. So we get Control C. Control V. Okay, there we go. That's way better. Is that how we formatted it in the other ones? Yes, okay. Avoidance. If the Displacer Beast, I like what the new 24 D&D does, which it capitalizes important words. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails. Wait. To an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on a saving throw, and half damage if... Oh, right. Okay, I was reading that really weird. Let me check something about... Let me check something about magic. What page was magic? Oh wait, I gotta get used to Windows now. Control F. Magic. Or spellcasting. That's what I need. Spellcasting. I'm pretty sure spells just deal half damage even on a miss. I thought I heard Alan say that at one point. Action points. Multi-class. Missing with mana. When you spend mana points to cast a spell that deals damage, the target takes half damage on a miss. Okay. Oh, I've been running that wrong. That's only with mana points. Oh, I thought it was cantrips too. When you spend mana points to cast a spell that deals damage, the target takes half damage on a miss. Okay. So let's say an attack is... A spell is cast on the Displacer Beast. It has to make a saving throw to only take half damage. Is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, and instead takes no damage if it succeeds the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails. Okay. I think that works. I mean, even in D&D that can be weird, but yeah, I think that works. I think it's fine as is. And then we have displacement. Control C. Control V. And we're going to just make that bold. And boom. The Displacer Beast. We got to fix that again. So we got Displacer Beast. Projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location, causing attack rolls against it to have disadvantage. If it is hit by an attack, the trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn. This trait is also disrupted while the Displacer Beast is incapacitated or has a speed of 0. It doesn't say anything about a range with that. Is there not a range? Near its actually location. I don't like how loose that is. Projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location up to 2 or 3 spaces. Up to 3 spaces away, causing attack rolls against it to have disadvantage. If it is hit by an attack, the trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn. The trait is also disrupted while the Displacer Beast is incapacitated or has a speed of 0. I'm happy with that. All right, next up, we're going to go to checks. So for a check at level 3, we should have a check of +5 and action points 4. So we're going to just change this to +5. I've ran it to where the Displacer obviously wants the target to hit the illusion instead of it. Oh, that's smart. I like that. I'm going to make a mental note of that. That's something I probably would have super overlooked in the moment. You have a very tactical way of thinking. I like that. Save DC. Does it say anything about the save DC? It used to. Save DC. Let's see. Save DC. That's the one I want. 10 plus your pro modifier, which would be 3, plus your combat mastery, half your level, rounded down. So 4. Okay, so it's a saving of 14. And then the speed of the Displacer Beast is 40 feet, which would be 8 spaces. Yeah, this is a scary, scary monster. So whichever enemy is within range of it, and the illusion can also be within range, but yeah, it's not exact. You sunk my Displacer ship. Can't rip. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. The monsters know what they're doing is my used TTRPG resource. I like the avoidance mechanic. Thank you. I cannot take credit for that. That is the 5e one. I think I don't think I changed anything about that one. Oh wait, the monsters know what they're doing. I'm curious what that is. The monsters know what... Oh, it's a book series. What? Oh, during the OGL fiasco. Again, do you think we'll have to blur the stream if we just show this on camera? Will we have to blur it? I'll open the book, I'll do it! Boo, hiss 5e. I know. I know. It's a blog that he formatted into books. Okay. The monsters know what they're doing. Combat Tactics for Dungeon Masters provides Game Masters with tactical recommendations for most of the creatures in the 5th edition D&D Monster Manual. I'm going to keep this tab open and read that later. I didn't know this was a thing. Thank you. Which, by the way, let's go on a quick little 5e talk for a second. So 5e. Obviously, we don't like WotC. We don't like Hasbro. Gen Con. I got the new player's handbook. Which, by the way, boy is thick. And I'm not a fan of the art, but it looks way better in person. Uh-oh, I'm flipping through pages. Uh-oh, gonna have to block the video. Digital Pinkertons. Despite everything, this book is pretty good. I like it. Is it a new edition? It's not. I wish they wouldn't still call it 5th edition, but it's not a new edition. It really is just... it really is just like the player's handbook, but it's organized in the order you fill out your character sheet, and it includes the options from Xanathar's Guide to Everything and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It's not bad. It really isn't. It's not perfect. Sure as hell isn't perfect. And part of that is because D&D lets you multi-class. That will always cause issues. Always. And they just don't know what a ranger is. Yeah, serious talk time. That's how you know we're serious. We're doing the zoomies right now. But yeah, overall, it's not that bad. I'm still going to play it. I'm not going to let my table use 2014 base classes, which you shouldn't. You should only let them use the 2024 and then use the 2014 subclasses if you want. Why do you think it's good? It's objectively better. Like, if you were to bring your 2014, let's go with fighter. If you were to bring your 2014 fighter to the table, and I brought my 2024 fighter to the table, it's just better. It really is. It does way more damage. It has a lot more customization. The weapons are a lot cooler. It's very clean. It's very efficient. It's not perfect, but it's better than 2014. That being said, would I say pay $50 for this? Probably not. If your group is looking at getting it, one person maybe go get it. But they're gonna release the systems reference doc, the SRD. They're gonna release that after the monster manual in February. So that's basically gonna be this for free in the Creative Commons. So if you have the patience, which I feel like most people who watch this do, just wait for then. But if you're really wanting a copy for your group, just one person get it. But yeah, it's not as bad as people said it was, but it's not perfect, especially the Ranger. Dag, the very first message you send is, "Hi, Yaz." She's locked in. She's playing World of Warcraft.
Huh?
Dag said hi.
Hi.
She said hi. She's locked in. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Pathfinder? I have. I really enjoy playing Pathfinder. That was my first TTRPG, Pathfinder First Edition. I hate running it. I hate running it so much, but I love playing in it. Even Botrix agrees. Pay $50 to have it invalidated 10 times over the next 4 years. Maybe. If anything got invalidated from this book, it's I know it's the joke, it's probably Ranger. Ranger isn't bad as far as damage goes in the book. The new Ranger, objectively better than the old Ranger, does way more damage. They unfortunately took out all of they're useless features, but they were features that gave the Ranger some resemblance of an identity. So like your favorite terrain, favorite foe, things like that, it's just gone. They keep advertising, this is the Explorer class. That was my Jeremy Crawford impression. Nothing about the class is exploration. You could argue that roving, which just increases your movement speed, is exploration. But yeah, it doesn't have an identity, but it will do a lot of damage. But at that point, if you're going to pick a class just for damage, go for the fighter, go for the paladin, go for rogue. Buying that book is licensing a corporation's plan to force you into invalidating itself. That could be argued, yeah. And taking the entire hobby with it. The books will invalidate themselves. Aggressively planned obsolescence. For both the books, the hobby, and any community. I think the mess ups that WotC's having and the imperfections of their books, while, yeah, bad, I do think they're ultimately good I hate saying it, I hate phrasing it like this. I do think it's ultimately good for the hobby. Because like we were gonna eventually get more TTRPGs, but there are some beautiful things that have come out of the OGL. We've had DC20, we've had Daggerheart, we've had Tales of the Valiant. Again, still haven't tested that one. I didn't like the rules for that one, but who knows. Now the Cosmere RPG. Growth is coming out of the mess ups of both the publication and the people running the publication. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Let's get back to the fun stuff. Okay, doke. Uh-oh. Had to get some things loaded up. Okay, there we go. We're good. Why? Like, why is it better? WotC is beautiful because everything that happens when it stops. WotC is beautiful because everything that happens when it stops. WotC is beautiful because everything... I'm not sure I get it. I'm interested to see what the shelf life of the update will be. I think 4 years maybe before they start moving to 6E. I was talking with Duke about that earlier, and I think I agree with you, Dag. I think 4 years. The excitement really went away. Like everyone made their videos where they're like, here's the class changes, and the general feeling that I'm getting from comment sections, Discord servers, forums is, okay, cool. And that's it. There's no like clarifications being asked. There's no interest in like, hey, what are the rules outside of classes? Nothing. So I think you're right. I think 4 years and then they're gonna move away from it. Unless they do end up just treating it like Warhammer and just releasing a patch each year, which I hope that's not the case. The plan is no more ease, allegedly. Explanation, I love hitting myself in the face because it feels good when it stops. Oh, okay. The model Hasbro follows is all about new additions and making older materials outdated. Agreed. WotC is good because of everything that happens in reaction to it hurting. I guess so. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine again. I don't believe anyone anymore. That's a great... I'm going to start using that. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine again. You can't believe anyone. Constant changing of rules would make vanilla modules so hard to balance. I agree. But Warhammer seems to be making some money from that. So maybe Warhammer's doing something right business-wise. They also make high-quality minis to go with it, but who's to say WotC won't start doing that in some way? It'll just all be digital. Where was I with this Displacer beast? Oh yeah, the actions. We were like right there at the end. Okay. So, multi-attack. We ignore converting multi-attack to 5th edition. We don't bring that over. You just have... you ignore bringing that over to DC20. Because you just have multiple actions anyways. So, we are going to add the tentacle. And then we're going to make it look pretty. We're going to make it look like it's... meant to be there. And then let's just go ahead and get... That's the only one... It doesn't make bites or anything? Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to delete cells, shift up. This music got intense. All right. So tentacle, how did we format it with the other ones? We did the... Yeah, okay. Displacer Beast. Oops, I was about to super mess that up. So we're gonna say plus, yeah, +1. Why not? Tentacle, boom. We don't need the plus to hits or anything like that. We know it just deals 3 damage. Oh wait, it does another kind of damage too. So we got 3, and I like to capitalize things so I know what's important. So we got 3 bludge damage plus 1d6 pierce damage. Now, do we see anything like that in DC20 in any of the stat blocks? There's things that cause like grapples. No, we would make it an attack enhancement. That's what we would do. So 3 bludge damage. And then down here, we would say +1. What did they call it in here? +1 power. So 1 damage to a bite or claw attack. Oh, there is tear apart with the wolf. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add that. I like that one. So we'll get to that one in a second. We'll just keep that one as 1. Boom. Boom. So then we'll just kind of take all of this. I should have just, there's a much easier way to do that. 3 bludge damage. And then we have tear apart. Melee attack against a prone creature. 2 piercing, and target makes a physical save. Failure, it begins bleeding. I like that. I think that fits. Whoa, what happened with this whole thing? What was the key for that again? I know this probably just messed everything up on the screen. It's like, wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, everything is going haywire. Okay. We fixed it, maybe. It did not fix. There it goes. Now it fixed. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm still getting used to Windows. I switched to a PC recently, and I haven't... It's a love-hate relationship. I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan. Okay, let's get caught up with chat stuff. Constant changing of rules will make vanilla... Yeah, we read that. New codex every 6 months. With the Beast, you were thinking about adopting some rules from the Echo Knight subclass to simulate making the DB feel more like that hit or miss battleship minigame, right? What? I like the tentacles as things which seem to come out of nowhere, concealed weapon. Panthers sometimes hunt in groups, so I petitioned Displacer Beast to get pack tactics. Oh, I like that. Here's what coach would do. Here's what coach would do. Coach would do the timeout, right? The danger with that is we're comparing the Displacer Beast, which is the fictional creature, to real life, and then we're trying to put real life logic in the game, which I think is fine in this situation, but I also don't want to start thinking like that because then I'll overcomplicate things. I like, you know what I would do? I would make that part of an Apex Displacer Beast. So I would have that be part of their legendary action points, and they would spend it on pack tactics, should there be multiples of them. I don't know if pack tactics is a thing in DC20. It is. It is. Echo Knight, Shadow Clones, hit them, then they pop. That'd be an interesting twist. Pack tactics from itself, maybe. Only because Displacer Beast is so boring. Really? I don't know. I have fun running Displacer Beasts. You know what? We'll see if we can make it an attack enhancement or if we can do it as one of the features. We have avoidance. We have displacement. If we were to change it, it would be in displacement. So let's... Oh, wait, no, I want that one because I like the sound of that book. Echo Knight 5e. What's the big deal with Echo Knight? Yeah. Manifest an Echo. At third level, you can use a bonus action to magically manifest an echo of yourself in an unoccupied space you can see within 15 feet of you. The echo is a magical, translucent, gray image of you that But the Displacer Beast, it literally looks like a Displacer Beast. Because, like, the way I've always thought of Displacer Beast is exactly how it was in the D&D movie. So, I don't know. I have fun running them too, but they end up not resembling the normal 5e stat block at all. I can kind of see that. The idea of the DB is awesome. Traditionally, only a displacement spell. Totally underwhelming, at least in the WotC-verse. Return to the WotC-verse. As a bonus action, you can teleport magically, swapping places with your Echo. That's crazy. When you take the action on turn. Yeah, I would make those Apex or Legendary actions. That's probably what I would do. As for attack enhancements, though, yeah, Legendary action points. Yeah. Whoa, freaking Windows. So we got quick features, monster maneuvers. Monster stats explained, ranges. Where's the... Alright, we're just going to steal some from the stat blocks. Prone, didn't make sense. Grapple, power. Yeah, we'll do that one. Boop. So let's say Command B. Push it up one. 1 damage to a bite or claw attack. 1 damage to a... Oops. Oh, there we go. 1 damage to a tentacle attack. And then, let's see, one more for the other one. We have tear apart, prone, grapple, slow, power, +1 damage, poison, undermine. Okay, let's try something. Let's take tear apart, move it down here. Let's make this a +2. And then, oh, let's fix that a little bit. And then let's make this after. So we already have displacement. The displacer beast projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location up to 3 spaces away, causing attack rolls against it to have disadvantage. If it is hit by an attack, the trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn. This trait is also disrupted while the displacer beast is incapacitated or has a speed of 0. Which, by the way, speed we want capitalized. What do we call it? We have Manifest Echo. All right, let's come up. I need help with a name. Basically, this is going to be the Echo Knight thing of swapping places with your displacement. The displacer beast magically swaps places with its displacement illusion. Actually, we already established it's a magical illusion, so we could probably just say with its magical illusion. What kind of name would we put with that? Let's see what we got. You could do DB Justice by making the experience of fighting it be special. It should feel like a mini game. I can see that. So it becomes a puzzle and a fight, not just a blur mirror image sort of effect, but an actual process of trying to find where the real DB is and which illusion is the illusion as the big kitty. If I did that, I would make it again, like the deadly stat block. Because at that point, I would want to run it more so solo and then like make it deadly. But that's not what we're doing here. Here, apparently, we're starting with a 5e stat block and trying to make a DC monster be about those rules instead of the concept or what could be awesome. Displacement swap? Well, the whole point is this was a request to convert it to DC20. Displacement swap. The displacer beast magically swaps places with its magical illusion. How do they phrase it? Magically swapping places with your echo at a cost of 15. No, you can't do that at a cost of your speed because just spend another action to have speed. Okay. I'm kind of liking this. I'm going to make this initiative 10 or +3. That's the modifier I would put with it. Wait, so we have avoidance, which avoidance is the one thing I'm iffy about right now. I'm happy with displacement, tentacle, displacement swap, power, and tear apart. Avoidance, I'm iffy on. So maybe there's room for the displacement thing. Let's allow the displacer to make illusions of the PCs. Maybe a rare, unique, interesting. I know this is meant to be a direct conversion, but I think it would be fun if it had a reaction to swap places with the echo when attacked. Oh, yeah. Should we add anything else with that? Like, if it swaps places, does it take... Does it take like half the damage? Or is it just like an annoyance for the players? If so, should the displacement be further away? Because right now we have the displacement, it can be up to 3 spaces away. But that's like nothing to a player. Just use one of their movements, move 5 spaces, and you're there. The swap, the extra illusions, those aren't the concept of the Displacer Beast. They are illusionists. They are monsters with a specific effect. The swap, the extra illusions, those aren't the concept of a Displacer Beast. They aren't illusionists. They are monsters with a specific effect. Can't rip. I'm so confused. Are you wanting the 5e stat block? Or are you wanting an upgraded stat block? I'm so confused. It's a high dex creature. Lots of high dex things have that avoidance type ability. Legendary and lethal version for these extra things seems prudent. Seems prudent. I guess so. Sidestep maneuver, a minor action. Right. Are we saying we're giving it a sidestep maneuver? I'm getting so many mixed vibes right now. Avoidance. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw, maybe avoidance is where we put that. So maybe we flip displacement to be the top feature, and then avoidance is the swap feature. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw and only half damage if it fails. I'm now wondering if avoidance should be the displacement swap. I'm confusing because I'm handling several conversation threads at the same time and reacting to conversions in chat. I'm on team upgraded stat block with more abilities. I think we're gonna upgrade avoidance, and then we'll replace displacement swap with another thing. So avoidance here. Whoa. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage. How should we do this? If it's subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage. It instead takes no damage and magically swap places with its magical illusion if it succeeds. Okay. I was talking about designing the Displacer effect and various ways to do that, drawing on ideas like the concept of how Echo Knight clones work and a different conversion about all the wacky illusionist options. I like illusions. I think that maybe a legendary version of the Displacer Beast could have all this stuff Deskrom is talking about, but the normal DB is awesome enough without changing inflating its core concept. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like the base Displacer beast should have all of these like things, and I was like, for the level 3 creature, are we sure? I see where you're coming from now. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say instead takes no damage and magically swaps places with its magical illusion if it succeeds on the save thing throw. But in DC20 they're just called a save. It's a fact that allows it to make a save. Avoidance. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a save to only take half damage, it instead takes no damage and magically swaps places with its magical illusion if it succeeds on the save. Let's add a little thing in here so we can, let's see. If it fails, it only help. It only takes half damage and does not swap places with the magical illusion. I think that's a little better. Now we can make this last thing down here either another action it can do, or we just remove it and then condense. Man, trying to have conversations by YouTube stream chat boxes just sucks. That's fair. We're gonna open another one of these. Booyah. Okay. I think not badly. All the nuances get flushed out with the Pathwater. I would like to replace that action with something, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy with where we got it. It only had one of these to begin with. It can make multiple attacks if it needs to. We don't have to give it an action for every single action point it has. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete these cells, shift up. So we have our tentacle attack, we have our attack enhancements, and then now my favorite part of this whole process that we've been doing, we take the monster stat block with a few more details, and then this is where we add things like the skills, the vulnerabilities, conditions, things like that. So we're gonna take these, we're gonna copy, we're gonna paste. We're gonna take our actions and our attack enhancements. Say boom. Delete cells and shift up. Reactions. Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, we already baked in a reaction. It doesn't need a reaction. Bigger monsters, I think, yeah. We already built in a reaction into it, essentially. And then we need our features. So we're going to take our features, copy them over here. Okay. And then we need our senses. Languages. None. I mean, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure the answer is none. Yeah, none. Dark vision. It's got nothing about skills, vulnerabilities. So super easy. Barely an inconvenience. So we got none. 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 You know what? Actually, hold on. What's the point? Senses. There really isn't a point. Unless we want to add something. Unless we want to add something. Here, you know what? Let's get a little crazy. Let's give it a mystical damage reduction of 1 because it messes with the illusions. Why not? Things like Bite and Claw are very easy for individual DMs to add. Yeah, that's true. I agree. If I succeed at having something worth responding to in this chat, then I also succeed at distracting from the actual video. On that avoidance swap place, maybe make that a skill check, like a feint, trickery skill. But because they're kitties, and because they're displacing, make them very good at that skill check. Let's see. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a save to take only half damage. I was on board with that idea, but because it's specifically the trigger for this is it has to be a save. It's not just any save on the Displacer Beast. It's a save that allows it to take half damage. If that's the save it's going to be making, then avoidance will kick in. But if it's just like some other kind of save, right? Avoidance isn't going to kick in. So if we wanted to do a skill check thing, it would need to be reworked. It would have to work differently with the saves. Which I think this is the first stat block where the one with the more details don't have anything. Like the skills, languages, resistances, vulnerabilities, conditions, all of that. I was going to say resistic to psychic damage, but it's not like that. It's not like a mental creature. Oh yeah, if we're going to change that in the top stat block, we need to change that one. Real quick, I'm going to look at the conditions. Let's just see if anything kicks in. Anything that kicks in that's worthy. Okay, it worked earlier. I don't get it. Conditions. I hate the search feature with PDFs on Windows. It's so much better on a Mac. All right. When you have condition completely, I don't know that there's anything that I would. Blinded, burning, charmed, dazed, deafened, doomed, exhaustion, exposed, frightened, grappled, hindered, impaired, incapacitated, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, rattled, restrained, slowed, stunned, surprised, taunted, and conscious. And then I'm not feeling those. Damage. Oh, it works that time. Damage types: slash, piercing, bludge, fire, lightning, cold, sonic, poison, corrosion, radiant, umbral, psychic, and true. I don't know that any of these mystical damages include psychic, radiant, sonic, and umbral. I don't know that any of those could apply as like a resistance. Wait, I may have made an oopsie. Which feature has the DB changing places with its illusion? It's the avoidance. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a save to take only half damage, It instead takes no damage and magically swaps places with its magical illusion if it succeeds on the save. If it fails the save, it only takes half damage and does not swap places with the magical illusion. Yeah, no, your AV feature is all about reacting to the save. Yes. Honestly, I think Displacer Beast, I think it's in a good spot. I feel like this is the cleanest one that we have, that we've made with chat, and one of the most creative ones. I would say the other one that was the most creative was when chat made the winged kobold, but we called it the Hodopian kobold after King Hodop himself. What if it, when it takes the dodge action, it gains the benefits of a full dodge action similar to elves? Could apply this to disengage as well. Let's see that. Elf. Oh my gosh, how hard? Just give me the first result. Elf. I hate the Windows search function. Elves? At this point, I could have just looked up the page number and then I'd just be there. Which is how it works on a Mac. Boom, 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 boom. It stops at spell blade. Oh my god. This would be so much easier. I'm still getting used to this PC. There's a lot I love, and then there's things I'm like, I was told this was gonna be better. Elf. That didn't come up when I typed elf. Default traits. Nimble. When you take the dodge action, you instead gain the benefits of the full dodge action. Here's where I'm thinking with these stat blocks, right? We go to the hunted stat blocks or the DC20 monster stat blocks, right? Prior to these being released, I was super on this page of like, we just make the list of actions, and then like players, we have the list of actions that we can do to add on to things. And then some of the stat blocks come out for DC20, and I see that the attack enhancements are there. And then there's things like reactions. I think we could add it as a reaction. No, but it's a action thing. You know what? We're gonna workshop it. Here, we'll just put it over here for now. Go to the tutorial. Give me the reactions box. Oh, Displacer Beast. Boom. Nimble. But you guys were saying add it into displacement or avoidance. That feels better, Brian. I never had a chance to haze Hodop with that. Don't worry, we can make several more stat blocks to haze Hodop. When you take the dodge action, you instead gain the benefits of the full dodge act. Wait, what is the difference between dodge and full dodge? I don't think we've had that come up in our home game yet. Dodge, okay. Types of actions, dodge, yeah. You can spend 1 action point to impose disadvantage on the next attack check or grapple made against you before the start of your next turn. Full dodge, when you take the dodge action, you can spend an additional 1 action point to impose disadvantage on all attacks or grapples made against you until the start of your next turn. As a reaction, and it's not you're being displaced, I rock with it. I like it. I like it. Will delete cells, shift cells up. That was pointless. I don't know why I did that. What? No, it didn't do the whole... Man, do the whole shebang. So as a reaction, 2 action points for Nimble. When you take the dodge action, you instead gain the benefits of the full dodge action. I like it. I think this is our Displacer Beast. I think we did it. You know, I should start posting these, which, by the way, if you want access to these stat blocks so that you can print them and use these in your home game, exclamation point Discord in the chat. I have a library where we convert all the monsters on stream, and I just put the stat blocks there for people to just use for free. Why not? By the way, there's also a section where if you make your own stat blocks, you can share them there, which no one's done yet, but I would love to see what other people are cooking. You could just say that the Displacer Beasts get to use the dodge action once every turn as a free minor action. I could... But the dungeon coach advice for monsters is to not think too hard about like they just have action points. Like, you can give them mana points and things, but it's best to just have the action points and then just kind of treat them as like the stamina and the mana points and everything. But I could see that. GG. It would only use 1 action point if using Nimble. Would it? Oh yeah, you're right. Good call, thank you. 1 action. You did! Hey, you did! You should hand draw your version of them. That's kind of a fun idea. I kind of like that. If I can figure out a good, timely, a good way to do it in a timely manner, and that won't drive me insane, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. Full dodge. When you take the dodge action, you can spend additional 1 AP to impose disadvantage on all attacks or grapples made against you until the start of your next turn. If elves can use Nimble... ... To think of the ancestry traits a DB would have. Like, what would a Displacer Beast look like if you created the image from... Oh, you're saying just like toss the WotC art out the window and then just imagine the Displacer Beast. Kind of like rethink it. That could be fun. I could see that. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I like that idea. That idea is cool. But guys, ladies, gents, chat, I'm pretty satisfied with the Displacer Beast. That was a lot of fun. You guys had a lot of insights. Taught me a lot about different ways to think about Displacer Beasts tactically. I'm now eager to probably revisit this in the near future and make that hardcore Displacer Beast that we were talking about with those legendary action points. I think that'd be really fun. Which if I do, it will be added in the Displacer Beast category in the Discord with the rest of the monster stat blocks. This was a lot of fun. I'm so glad we got to do this. Let's see which monster is next. We don't have time for it tonight, but let's see which one is next on our schedule. So in our Monster Mash category, we have requests. We have checked off the Displacer Beast. The next monster that we'll be working on, which, by the way, that stream will be next Wednesday. Unless for whatever reason I feel like doing one like a Sunday or something, like a random one. The next monster is going to be a Hydra. So that should be fun. So I really need to figure out the level stats in that progress table to get a better idea of what's going on. But after that, we're jumping into the Cultist and then the Cult Fanatic. And we have a Bugbear suggestion, but we've already done the Bugbear. And then we have from Glenn. Glenn's not in the stream tonight, but Glenn suggested Strahd von Zarovich. So that should be very interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Again, !Discord if you are interested in joining, looking at those stat blocks, or even sharing your own. We don't only do that. We talk about movies a lot in there, TV shows, and we do a lot of game nights. We do a lot of like hanging out in voice chats and playing games, which recently it's been X-Defiant. It's a little shooter made by Ubisoft. And it's fun. It's just fun, mindless, just action game. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to all the new people who joined. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Adios.